Welcome to News Team Boulder. I'm Rebecca Irwin.
And I'm Samantha Tyson. Topping the news today, a settlement in NFL referee strike. We'll have a story in sports. Also coming up, a look at the first presidential debate at DU. But we start today with news out of Syria. Rebecca? Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is publicly suggesting that the deadly attack on the U.S. consulate in Libya may be linked to al-Qaeda. This is the first acknowledgement of such a connection, and surprisingly, the State Department was quick to deny that Mrs. Clinton was confirming the link, saying not to read too much into her remarks. New reports from the Labor Department came out this morning, saying about 359,000 people filed jobless claims for the first time. Initial claims for unemployment insurance were down to their lowest level since July, and the number is better than economists had anticipated. The decrease is seen as an encouraging indicator since jobless claims are typically tied to layoffs. For many voters, getting to know Mitt Romney as a candidate also means sorting out fact from fiction about Mormonism. News Team's Morgan Aguilar reports on the religion and its impact on campaign 2012.
Coming up, we'll tell you why the presidential debate is stopping traffic in Denver.
And who from the presidential office is speaking tonight at CU during the annual series conference. See you after the break. It's being called the Super Bowl of politics. The 2012 presidential debate is in less than a week, and the city of Denver is gearing up. The University of Denver is hosting next Wednesday's event and expecting 3,000 journalists to attend. Debate tickets are not available to the public, but will be given to DU students through a random lottery. And for the rest of us, I-25 will be closed from 5 to 10 p.m. on Wednesday in both directions from Santa Fe to East Hampden, so drivers should plan accordingly. The debate will air starting at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In other debate-related news, it seems both the Romney and the Obama teams are gearing up for next week in the same way, by setting a low bar for their own success. CNN's John Berman tells us why debate preparations have become like an episode of Seinfeld. CERI's Center for Science and Technology Policy Research is celebrating its 10th anniversary today. News Team's Ashley Hafer invites us to see what they are all about. The panel discussions are free and open to the public. More information on time and topics can be found at sciencepolicy.colorado.edu. Next month, a new minor league hockey team, the Denver Cutthroat, will take the ice. The team is named for the state fish, the greenback cutthroat trout. However, as News Team's Chelsea Linnell reports, the fish that Coloradans love to catch is close to extinction. And Alana, what's going on with the NFL referee strike?
Well, after the break, we'll see what's going on with them and what's going on in the CU Buffs athletics.
Which has nothing to do with witchcraft and wizardry.
Thanks for joining News Team Boulder. Remember to check out our website at newsteamboulder.org.
Well, it looks like Mother Nature also interfered with the baseball playoffs, isn't that right?
That is right, Derek. Up next, we'll talk more about what's going on with MLB playoffs, and we'll check in with Nicole Cheddar with more about Women on Wheels. That's right, we're talking roller derby. More after the break. Welcome back to News Team. I'm Samantha Tyson. We'll start today's sports off with some Major League Baseball. The Giants and Cardinals played in St. Louis last night, Game 3 of the NLCS. Cardinals right fielder Carlos Beltran left the game with a strained left knee. His replacement, Matt Carpenter, came through with a 2-run homer off Matt Cain to give the Cardinals the 2-1 lead. After a 3-hour rain delay in the 7th inning, Jason Mott came out to get the final 6 outs. Cardinals win 3-1, they lead the series 2-1. In the ALCS, fans in Detroit were all set up for the Tigers to sweep the Yankees and clinch a World Series berth. But Mother Nature stepped in and the game was postponed. The Tigers lead the series 3-0. Game 4 will be this afternoon. Nike has reportedly decided to terminate its contract with cyclist Lance Armstrong. In a statement, Nike said that overwhelming evidence shows that Armstrong misled them and participated in doping for years. Armstrong has also stepped down from his position as chairman of his cancer-fighting charity, Livestrong. Football is a sport for men, but Nicole Cheddar tells us more about a sport that is rolling its way into the hearts of American women. This is day 33 of the NHL lockout. Today, both sides meet in Toronto to discuss the NHL's recent proposal. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman says he believes their offer satisfies player concerns.
We offered a 50-50 share of HRR, hockey-related revenues, and we believe we addressed the concern that players have about what happens to their salaries as a result in this year of reducing the percentage from 57 to 50%.
If agreements pan out, the NHL hopes to drop the puck on November 2nd for an 82-game regular season and playoffs. Football news, CU plays USC at the Coliseum this weekend, and believe it or not, Colorado defenders say they are actually looking forward to facing the Southern Cal offense. The Trojans are favored to beat the Buffs by at least 41 points, but CU linebacker Derek Webb says that he likes offenses that play with a fullback and have a solid run game, and that the game is a lot more fun when played in the middle of the field. Still, the Trojan offense returned 9 starters this season and annihilated the Buffs a year ago. Buffs coach Embry won't let that worry him. He says it doesn't change how the Buffs will prepare for Saturday's game. All right, that's it for sports.
Thanks for those updates, Sam.
You wouldn't have to follow politics very closely to know that Big Bird is involved in the 2012 presidential election.
So Big Bird, so how did you find out that your name had been mentioned in the debate?
Oh, I got a million tweets.
Okay.
Or to have heard something about Romney's binders full of women.
That are going to be so anxious to get good workers, they're going to be anxious to hire women.
If you have a cell phone or computer, chances are you've heard the buzz. Would-be senior Walker Coggeshall is taking a semester off of classes to be a part of what he thinks is much bigger, the 2012 presidential campaign.
Yeah, it's difficult getting the youth vote out, especially 18 to 25-year-olds. They're busy with their lives, they're busy trying to get into college, trying to succeed in college, trying to work their way through college. So trying to convince them of the importance of their voice is difficult, and the fact that their vote actually does matter.
A whopping 92% of internet users ages 18 to 29 use social networking sites according to a study done this summer by the Pew Internet and American Life Project. Popularity in social media is the reason why, this year, both Democratic and Republican campaigns have used platforms like Twitter and Instagram in an effort to reach a group of people who have a history of political apathy.
There's no doubt that the campaigns are using these to micro-target younger voters.
Romney's I Built This campaign takes inspiration from an out-of-context comment on the part of President Barack Obama back in July when he attempted to make the case that successful businesses depend on both individual initiative and public infrastructure.
Somebody invested in roads and bridges. If you got a business, you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
The campaign became a social media phenomenon, appearing on sites such as YouTube and Twitter, with images of small business owners accompanied by the hashtag #IBuiltThis. President Obama has also launched a social media campaign called For All, where people write a campaign issue on their hand, place their hand over their heart, and take a picture. The pictures appear on Instagram with the hashtag For All. Notable faces such as Natalie Portman and Scarlett Johansson are among the For All campaign's supporters. According to Pew studies, 60% of Americans 18 and up use social media sites like Facebook or Twitter. 66 of those people have employed social media to express political thought. That means about 39% of voting-aged Americans have used social media for politics. Meanwhile, only 36% of social media users say that sites are important to them for keeping up with politics.
It's been proven that social media sites sometimes impact people's political views and involvement, but usefulness in motivating actual votes has not been determined.
Does it sway people's opinions? Does it change how they process information? Not so sure.
The study also shows that social media users ages 18 to 29 are notably more likely than people aged 30 and up to use social media to promote their political views. Samantha Tyson, News Team Boulder.